Okay. Good morning, everyone. I will call to order the November meeting of the traffic board. It's November 9th, 2023. We don't have our meeting minutes from last time, so we will push that until Tito has the ability to send them out. And we will move right into the public comment section of our meeting. Whomever would like to go first, Mr. Rondell, it might make sense for you to go first. If you want to come up and address the board. Mr. Fenton has an item on the agenda, so come on up. And you know the drill, just your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to address the board. So the light should be green. If not, push the button.
Is that better?
I think so, yes.
All right. My name is Robert Wandell. Most of you know me. I've been in business here downtown since 2000. We've been in 4 different locations, and for the last 23 years, I've been fighting for better parking. So I'm consistent, if nothing else, and I'm tireless, if nothing else. If you're all wondering when I'm going to stop coming and going away, when the parking issue gets solved. Otherwise, I'm here until my business closes. Hopefully, that's not too soon. So I guess what I'm looking for, especially since it's November, going November into December, is gift giving time. So my business sees a big uptick in people wanting to shop there. And my business is a little different than a lot of the other ones around here. A lot of the other businesses either rely on appointments at their service, in which case people put down a deposit and then they have to find a place to park and show up. Or they're dependent on people that are down here already, like the little fast food places or the little convenience store places. My business draws people here from the whole East Coast. We get people from Boston, people from Pittsburgh, people from Maryland coming up just to see our store and just to shop here, especially in November and December. To make my business work, I need parking for those people. They're not walking around, they're driving here. I'm bringing people here. And the parking issues, and we've addressed them a couple of times. There's an ebb and flow, and I know things are tight, but at the same time, I need these things enforced, and it's not, the current status is not working. There was, after I was here the time before last, especially, there was an uptick in tickets that were issued. The point is the tickets that are being issued are so few and far between that it's not changing the people's parking habits. The same cars, and it's more than just one, are parking in these 2-hour, supposed to be for customer spots all day, 5 or 6 days a week, and they're not getting punished to any sort of level where they might think about parking somewhere else. They don't. The black Sienna that's parked there every day got a ticket yesterday for the first time in like 3 weeks. He's there every single day. They got a ticket yesterday. He's parked right back there again today, and he'll probably be there when I go home at 6. Again, a 2-hour spot. And he got 1 ticket yesterday, when really should have gotten 3. So what I need, or what I'm asking, what I'm begging for, is regular, consistent, fair enforcement of the laws that are already on the books. And if someone is there for 8 hours, they should get a ticket for not paying. They should get a ticket for parking over 2 hours. If they're there 6 hours later, they should get another ticket, in my opinion. Maybe this will encourage them to find somewhere else to park. But right now, the system is not discouraging them enough from parking where they're parking, because it's the same cars every day. And since the white Mercedes has been getting away with it, now we've got the black Sienna who's been doing that for a few weeks now. It's going to get worse and worse as other business owners or people that are working there or people that are living there see that nobody gets tickets, or so few get tickets. It's worth the risk. You have to make it so it's not worth the risk. I mean, if the tickets were 25 cents, I would never have any spots there because people wouldn't care. It needs to be enough to encourage them, or make a place where they go park somewhere else. And speaking of the gift season, this busy season for us, this is the make or break season for us. I really hope that we would have some parking enforcement out there on Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving, and Small Business Saturday. As it is now, basically everybody knows nobody gets a ticket on a Saturday. So those spots are usually filled when I show up, when I walk to my business from the parking ramp where I pay $90 a month to park. Those spots are filled up, and often, by 2 o'clock, they're the same cars that have been there all day, except for maybe one or two have moved. And it just, I need help because my business model depends on people driving in and parking. I don't rely on the college kids walking around. I don't rely on people willing to pay $3 for a soda because they're thirsty right then. I don't rely on people calling up and putting down $50 to come and shop in my store, and they lose it if they can't find parking, decide not to come. So, I think you really want to encourage businesses like mine to be downtown. We need your help. We need parking, and especially this year. It needs to be enforced, and it needs to be enforced hard. I've beseeched the city several times to put out a public service announcement and actually mail it to each of the business or building owners saying, if your people live here, they shouldn't park here. If they work here, they shouldn't park here. If you own a business, you shouldn't park here. And let them know that you're going to start enforcing it, and then actually follow through and start enforcing it. And maybe we can get some more parking, and maybe life will be better for those businesses down here that are actually following the rules, following the laws, parking where they're supposed to park, and not basically having I got mine attitude. So, and I could bring you timestamp pictures and show you that all this is true, but I've done that a dozen times. You know that I speak the truth. You know that it's the same cars over and over and over again. And if I look in front of my shop, there's 6 spots. Across the street, there's 6 spots. That's 12 total spots for all the businesses on our street that we share. We're supposed to share for customers. And I just hope we can get some consistent, equal, fair enforcement of the laws that are already there. We're all supposedly guaranteed equal protection under the law, and I tell you, it's not happening.
Mr. Rondell, thank you. We will follow up with the police department and the traffic division about regular enforcement and also enhanced during the holiday shopping season.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
be here next month, and I'll let you know what I see.
Thank you. Mr. Fenton, would you like to come up now? Okay, Mr. Fenton is here for the second item on our agenda, 14 Morgan Street. Is that your address?
My address is Johnson City. My name is Charles Fenton. I'm a professional engineer. My son owns this property. He's down in Virginia. This is a 2-family house. It has a handicap ramp in the back side of the house. So we'd like to have that one unit have accessibility all the time to their handicap ramp, and the other side of the house having just a regular driveway for the second floor. It's a rare that we have handicap accessible apartments, so we want to create that. The ramp is over 30 feet long, so we can't put that in the front. There is no parking in front of the house because of a fire hydrant. There's no street parking. The neighbor has 2 driveways, and one of them is right. Excuse me. The fence is actually 1.5 feet on my son's property, so they need more width in order to use their driveway. So by making it a continual curb cut, then there isn't a problem of turning into either driveway with a low hung car, low clearance. So the turning radius would be. So, but this would give us plenty of off-street parking for the 2-family. And hopefully always good handicap accessibility. Any other questions?
Thank you. Does anyone have questions or comments for Mr.
You
Fenton?
said the fence would be moved up to the line.
I think best way to do it is to remove it. So that they can have door swing total without. This fence doesn't service any purpose.
My thought would be, well, we'd refer it to engineering for review as we typically do with these curb cut applications. Ron, I don't know if you have any thoughts or strong feelings on that,
The
but
curb is currently all torn out, so there's no curbs right now.
We're working on it right now. So we can put the curb cut in if that's what the board decides.
do we have the ability to do that, Josh? Or is it that's
They're
Ron?
physically over there
Okay,
right now. So if we're gonna do this change, Ron, I would say we need to approve it today and make it work.
We should, yes.
okay, I have no objections, or do you have any concerns, Jazz?
So I missed the what are we asking for curb cut?
Yes, so this is a curb cut request for 14 Morgan Street.
It would give them a driveway on each side. one for
Okay,
the
on
upstairs.
the other side, curb cut on the other side as well.
We are over there right now reconstructing the street.
Do we have enough space? In between?
Oh, yeah.
What's the bit
Probably 22 feet.
between the house and the fence?
Yeah, there's enough for a driveway.
Yeah, I don't see the. 22 feet between the houses, not,
Between the house and the fence, or not the fence, but our property. Okay, the house is only 22 feet wide
The
and
fence,
and we have 58 feet
Yeah.
of frontage.
and the fence will come out, so. we'll
yeah,
give
but
them more
you
room.
have a driveway on one side.
Right, that's about 15, 16 feet.
14 more.
Mhm. So 16, 22 and another 22, we're into 60 feet, so I'm very close there on the numbers. It's 58.9, I think it's the frontage.
As long as there's 8 or whatever it is, 9 feet between the fence and the house, I'm okay with it.
The fence is coming out, so there'll be a
Yeah.
little more room,
The fence is coming out.
yes.
Okay.
At least the application said it was.
Well, we'll talk to the neighbors as far as how much fence do they want us to keep, because they created a fence all the way back. Okay, so we want to not interfere with their protection for their kids and basketball, stuff like
So
that.
how far is the driveway gonna go? All the way in the back?
I don't know. It's, okay.
Because I'm looking at the maps right now and you have like side structure on this house too, that might.
A new stairwell into the basement.
Okay, so this might be impeding that 9 feet between the,
No, there's still plenty of.
there's still plenty of room. That's good. You said there's plenty of room, but I can go out and measure it. There's over 9 feet. You can Prove it.
Yeah, we can do that since,
We
But-
can approve a contingent on his review.
that's what I'm thinking, yeah. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
okay, and actually, I'm sorry, I got us all out of order here. We're still in the public comment section, so let me close this section. We'll do Councilmember Friedman's item and then come back to that. That was my fault. I apologize. Mr. Fenton, thank you. Okay, so we'll shift now into the new business portion of the meeting. And the first item is from Councilmember Friedman. I have a copy of her request here, which I will do my best to summarize. So she's requesting a review on Shenango Street. This is coming from comments she's heard at the Northside Neighborhood Assembly meeting. This is the section of Shenango Street between Bevere and Sturgis. Two concerns that I would like to bring to your attention. There are frequently cars double parked on Shenango Street between Ogden and Cary Street, while the motorists and their passengers patronize local businesses. She is asking specifically about a 15-minute parking sign there. Residents have often suggested ticketing cars that are double parked. She's interested in prevention, open to suggestions, and will rely on your expertise. That's the one part of her request. Number two is residents have requested a mobile speed sign along this corridor to address speeding concerns on Shenango Street. Sergeant Music, I would just ask that we put the trailer there the next time that it's available in that area of Shenango Street. And then we have some of those more permanent speed signs that I will add this location to the list if we think it makes sense for if we get another round of those signs. As far as the 15-minute signage, we can discuss that, but I thought maybe traffic could just, I'm sure you're familiar with that location. Is it already 15-minute parking in front of the store? Hmm. Okay. That'd be great. Yeah, we'll just continue to review that and continue the enforcement there. Did any other board members have thoughts or questions on that from Councilmember Friedman? Okay, so we will just refer that to traffic for review, and we can hold that over to the next meeting.
Just one quick comment. There is a 15-minute parking sign in front of the Northside Deli already
Okay,
as of May 2023. So
all right, thanks, Tito. I guess I would take a formal motion to refer it to traffic and hold over to the December meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay, that now brings us back to 14 Morgan Street. I think what we had discussed was approving this contingent upon Sergeant Music and the Traffic Division final approval later today.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So this is approved, Sergeant Music. Just let us know by end of day if you have any objections. Okay.
This-
Okay.
Those curves be forwarded upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. So just coordinate with Ron and Josh on that. Okay. Next item on the agenda is Griswold Street and Silver Street. This is a request for crosswalks from the there's a parking lot for the Salvation Army, and they're requesting crosswalks to the building across the street and some additional pedestrian crossing signage there. This is right at the intersection of Griswold and Silver. It does cross over to what would be I guess mid-block on the other side of the street. But otherwise it's a pretty standard request. Any questions or comments from the board? Any discussion? Okay, if not, I would look for a motion to approve.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Just as a note, we'll look at it, if it needs handicap codes and whatnot, we won't install it until next year.
Thank you. Okay. All right, that brings us to the traffic board determination portion of the meeting. Two items here that I think will both be holdovers as we await further information. Prospect Avenue, there was a request to make Prospect Avenue one-way from Eldridge Street to Way Street. We've had further discussions on this and how it relates to the comprehensive plan and some of the guidance in there about one-way streets. I think we'd still like to do outreach to some of the neighbors in that area to get their feedback, and I'd ask that we just hold this over to the December meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, keep that on for December. And then the last item, this is Oak Street, just continuing the discussion on the area outside the high school. The Broome County Office of Emergency Services had come to us with some additional signage for pedestrian safety, which we approved contingent upon the approval of Corporation Council. Corporation Council did approve those signs, so now we're just waiting for the Office of Emergency Services to produce them and connect with our Department of Public Works for installation. We will continue to review the area. And Emergency Services was also looking into some funding for additional pedestrian safety measures there. So unless there's any objections or further comments, that I would ask that this stays on the agenda so we can continue the discussion. Any questions or comments? I'd look for a motion to hold over to December.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Any other business or questions, comments, items from the board? Okay, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
A second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.